Be me, 23 years old, working at a generic tech support call center. Basically the lowest rung of corporate hell where I get paid peanuts to be yelled at by boomers who can't figure out email. Whatever, it pays rent and keeps me alive, I guess. The real problem is my coworkers are absolute dickheads, specifically this one guy named Brett. Brett is your typical douchebag finance bro type with slicked back hair, fake tan, and talks about crypto constantly. He thinks he's God's gift to women and for some reason decided I'm his personal punching bag. This asshole constantly borrows my lunch from the break room fridge without asking. He spills coffee on my desk and laughs about it like it's the funniest thing ever. Makes fun of my clothes, my hair, literally everything about me. Calls me virgin boy in front of everyone in the office. I'm too non-confrontational to do anything about it, so I just take it like the pathetic beta I am. Honestly, I hate myself for being such a pushover, but what can I do? One day I'm eating lunch at the park, across from work, trying to enjoy my sad sandwich in peace. Brett and his equally douchey friend Marcus show up out of nowhere. Oh no, .jpeg, here we go again. Brett spots me immediately with that shit-eating grin plastered on his face. He walks over and asks, "Yo, virgin boy, what you got there?" Grabs my sandwich right out of my hands before I can even respond. Takes a huge bite and tosses the rest in the trash can like it's nothing. "Thanks for lunch, loser," he yells while high-fiving Marcus. Marcus is recording the whole thing on his phone, laughing his ass off. I just sit there like an idiot, too scared to even say anything back. They walk away high-fiving each other, and I'm about to pack up and leave when I hear footsteps behind me. Turn around and see this girl standing there staring at me. She's maybe 5'6" with an athletic build that screams, "I work out." Wearing cargo pants, black tank top, and has this messy short brown hair. Has this intense look in her eyes that's kind of intimidating but also really attractive. Kind of tomboyish, but actually really cute now that I'm looking at her properly. She's staring at where Brett and Marcus walked off with this expression I can't quite read. "Those guys always fuck with you?" she asks, her voice surprisingly gentle despite her appearance. I nod pathetically like the loser I am. "Yeah, pretty much on a daily basis, I admit." She cracks her knuckles and I hear them pop loudly. "Want me to handle it?" she asks casually, like she's offering to grab me a coffee. I laugh nervously because what else am I supposed to do? "Handle it how? They're both like 6 feet tall and built." She grins at me and says, "Size doesn't matter when you know where to hit." Before I can even respond or stop her, she's already walking toward them with purpose. Oh shit, oh fuck, this is about to go badly. Brett and Marcus are at the hot dog cart still laughing about what they did. Tomboy girl taps Brett on the shoulder and he turns around looking annoyed. "Can I help you, Butch?" he says with that condescending tone. She doesn't even bother responding with words, just punches him straight in the solar plexus with perfect form. Brett doubles over, gasping for air like a fish out of water. Marcus tries to grab her arm, but she's too fast. She sidesteps his grab and kicks him hard in the shin, then sweeps his legs out from under him with one smooth motion. He falls flat on his ass, and the hot dog he was holding goes flying. The whole thing takes maybe 5 seconds total. It's insane. She walks back to me casually, like she just took a stroll. Brett is still wheezing on the ground, trying to breathe. Marcus is holding his leg and cursing. "There, handled," she says simply, dusting off her hands. I'm just standing there with my mouth hanging open like an idiot. Who the hell are you?" I manage to stammer out. She extends her hand with a smile and says, "Alex, I work in the building next door. Saw those assholes messing with you before." I shake her hand, and holy shit, her grip is firm as hell. "Thanks, I guess. But they're gonna kill me tomorrow for this," I say nervously. Alex just shrugs like it's no big deal and says, "Then I'll be there tomorrow too." And just like that, she walks away without another word. What the fuck just happened to my boring lunch break? Next day at work and I'm terrified of what Brett might do. Brett shows up with a bruised ego and keeps muttering about "crazy bitch" under his breath. But he doesn't fuck with me all morning, which is unusual. Lunchtime comes around and I'm scared to go back to the park, but I'm also curious if Alex will actually show up like she said. Cautiously walk over to my usual bench, expecting the worst. She's already there eating a protein bar and looking at her phone. Looks up when she sees me and waves casually like we're old friends. "Hey, lunch buddy," she says with a friendly smile. I sit down nervously, still processing everything from yesterday. "You really didn't have to do that yesterday, you know," I tell her. Alex shrugs and says, I know I didn't have to, but I wanted to. I hate bullies with a passion. We sit in silence for a bit, and it's surprisingly comfortable. So what's your name anyway? She asks, while taking another bite of her protein bar. Oh, Anon. I work at the call center across the street, I say, pointing at the building. Cool. I'm a personal trainer at the gym next door, she explains. That explains the muscles and the athletic build. We start talking about random stuff, and I'm actually enjoying myself. Turns out she's into old school anime like Cowboy Bebop, Trigun, that kind of stuff. I mention I'm rewatching Full Metal Alchemist and her eyes light up. Brotherhood or 2003? She asks with genuine interest. Brotherhood, obviously. It's the superior version, I say. My man, she exclaims and gives me a fist bump. We spend the whole lunch break nerding out about anime. First time I've genuinely enjoyed lunch in months, maybe years. This becomes our daily routine over the next few weeks. Every day at lunch, we meet at the same bench in the park. Alex always shows up before me, which I find kind of endearing. She even brings extra protein bars in case Brett tries to steal my lunch again, which he does try once more, the idiot. One time he approaches our bench while Alex is sitting there. She just stares at him without saying a single word. The look in her eyes could freeze hell over. Brett backs off immediately without even trying anything. Yeah, that's what I thought, she mutters once he's gone. I'm starting to develop feelings for her, which is stupid. She's clearly out of my league in every possible way. She probably just sees me as some charity case or pity project. Probably has a boyfriend anyway, some jack dude who can bench press a car. Still, it's really nice having a friend who actually gives a damn about me. Few weeks go by, and Alex and I are pretty close now. She tells me about her nightmare clients at the gym who don't listen. I tell her about the absolute disaster calls I deal with daily. One day she invites me to watch her compete in a recreational boxing match. You don't have to come if you don't want to, no pressure, she says. No, I'll be there. I'd love to watch, I say. Probably way too enthusiastically. She smiles though, and I can tell she's happy I agreed. Cool. It's this Saturday at 7 p.m., she says, and gives me the address. I'm weirdly excited about this, like a teenage girl going to see her crush's band play. Saturday comes around, and I show up to this run-down gym. Place smells like sweat, rubber mats, and broken dreams. Find a seat in the small crowd of maybe 30 people, mostly friends and family of the fighters, from what I can tell. Alex spots me from across the room and waves enthusiastically. She's in athletic shorts and a sports bra with boxing gloves already on. Looks intimidating as hell, and I'm suddenly very aware of how out of shape I am. The match starts, and her opponent is this tall girl with a mean look on her face. Bell rings and Alex immediately goes on the offensive. She's fast, like scary fast, faster than I expected. Lands a combination that makes the other girl stumble backward. The fight goes 3 intense rounds, and I'm on the edge of my seat the whole time. Alex wins by decision, and everyone's cheering like crazy. I'm probably cheering the loudest, which is embarrassing, but I don't care. She comes over after the match, sweaty but grinning ear to ear. So what did you think? She asks, still catching her breath. That was amazing. You're like a real-life anime protagonist, I blurt out. She laughs and says, You're such a dork, Anon. But I can tell she's happy I came to support her. We go get food after it's some 24-hour diner. Both order burgers because we're classy like that. She's still riding the high from her win and talking animatedly about the fight. I love seeing her this happy and energetic. It's infectious. Thanks for coming, Anon. Means a lot that you showed up, she says sincerely. Of course. You've been protecting me for weeks now. Least I could do, I respond. She gets quiet suddenly and starts playing with her fries. Is that all you think I'm doing? Just protecting you? She asks. I'm confused by the question and the shift in mood. I mean, yeah, you're like my bodyguard or something, I say stupidly. She looks disappointed and says, Right, your bodyguard. Got it. Awkward silence falls over the table, and I don't know what I said wrong. Did I say something wrong? Why does she look upset? We finish eating, and I drive her home in uncomfortable silence. She gets out of the car without saying much to me. See you Monday, I guess, she says flatly and closes the door. Why do I feel like I just massively fucked something up? Monday comes around, and I head to the park for lunch as usual. Alex isn't at our bench, and I wait the whole lunch break. She doesn't show up and doesn't respond to my texts. This continues for 3 whole days, and I'm starting to panic. She's definitely avoiding me, but I don't understand why. Even Brett notices something's wrong with me. "Where's your guard dog, virgin boy?" he asks, mockingly. I ignore him, but internally I'm freaking out. Did I fuck up our friendship somehow? What did I do wrong? Thursday, I decide I can't take this anymore, and I need to talk to her face to face. After work, I drive to her gym, determined to get answers. Walk in and ask for Alex at the front desk nervously. "She's with a client, but should be done in 10 minutes, the receptionist says. I wait awkwardly in the lobby, checking my phone every 30 seconds. Finally, she comes out and sees me standing there. Her expression changes to surprise when our eyes meet. "Anon, what are you doing here?" she asks, clearly not expecting me. "You've been avoiding me for days." "What did I do?" I ask desperately. She sighs heavily and says, "Can we talk outside? Not here." We go sit on the curb outside the gym away from prying eyes. She's not looking at me and staring at the ground instead. "I haven't been avoiding you, Anon. I've just been really busy." She lies. "Alex, come on. We're friends. Just talk to me, please," I beg. She laughs bitterly and says, "That's the problem right there. Friends." I'm still confused as hell and feeling stupid. She turns to face me and I can see she's emotional. "Anon, I don't want to be your friend, or your bodyguard, or whatever you think this is," she says firmly. My heart sinks into my stomach and I feel like I'm gonna be sick. "Oh, I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable, or..." I start to apologize. "I want to be your girlfriend, you dense idiot," she interrupts, her voice rising. Wait, what? Did she just say what I think she said? She's blushing now and looking away again. I've been dropping hints for weeks. The daily lunch. Dates? Inviting you to my fight? Literally beating up guys for you, she explains. My brain is completely short-circuiting trying to process this. "But you're way out of my league. You're strong and cool and beautiful and..." I stammer. "And you're kind and funny, and you actually listen when I talk. Do you know how rare that is?" She shoots back. She's getting emotional now, and I can see tears forming. "I thought after the fight, you'd make a move or say something. But you just called yourself my bodyguard duty like I'm some charity work," she says, voice cracking. Oh my god, I'm the stupidest person who has ever lived. "Alex, I'm so sorry. I didn't think someone like you would ever be interested in someone like me," I say honestly. She punches my arm, not hard, but enough to make a point. "Stop putting yourself down all the time. You're better than you think you are," she says firmly. I rub my arm and look at her. "So, you really like me? Like romantically?" I ask, needing confirmation. She rolls her eyes and says, "Yes, you absolute moron. Since the first day I saw Brett throw your sandwich away, I wanted to both punch him and hug you. Now it's my turn to blush like an idiot. I like you too, Alex. Have for a while now. I just didn't think I had a shot in hell," I admit. She smiles, that genuine smile that makes my heart skip a beat. "So are you gonna ask me out properly? Or do I have to do that too?" she teases. I laugh nervously and take a deep breath. "Alex, would you like to go on a date with me? A real date, not just lunch at the park?" I ask. "Fucking finally. Yes, I'd love to," she exclaims and hugs me tight. Our first real date is that Saturday and I'm nervous as hell. I take her to this arcade bar downtown that I thought she'd like. Turns out she's insanely competitive at literally every game. She destroys me at Street Fighter without even breaking a sweat. I managed to beat her at DDR though, which feels like a major victory. She claims the machine was rigged and demands a rematch. We drink cheap beer and play games for hours just having fun. Walk around downtown after just talking and enjoying each other's company. She grabs my hand and it feels so natural and right. Her palms are calloused from boxing, but I don't care at all. We stop at this overlook where you can see the whole city lit up at night. "This is nice. I'm having a really good time," she says softly. "Yeah, me too. Thanks for giving me a chance," I say sincerely. She looks at me seriously and says, "Anon, you need to work on your self-esteem. You're not some loser who needs protecting." "I kind of am though, let's be honest," I say self-deprecatingly. She punches my arm again, harder this time. "Stop it. You're genuine. You're caring. You actually see me as a person, and not just the tomboy or the fighter girl," she says. I didn't realize she dealt with that kind of stereotyping. People always make assumptions about me because I'm into sports and fighting. Guys either fetishize it or are intimidated by it, she explains. She leans against the railing looking out at the city. You just treated me normal, like a friend first. That's why I fell for you, she admits. I don't know what to say, so I just lean in and kiss her. She's surprised at first, but then kisses me back. It's not like in the movies, it's awkward, and our teeth click together a bit. But it's perfect and wonderful and everything I wanted. When we pull apart, she's grinning like crazy. Didn't think you had it in you to make the first move, she teases. I'm full of surprises apparently, I joke. Good. I like surprises, she says, and kisses me again. We start officially dating, and everything changes for the better. Alex meets me for lunch every single day without fail. Brett and Marcus leave me completely alone now. It's amazing. Word got around the office about what happened in the park. No one wants to mess with that guy whose girlfriend beats people up. Which is fine by me. Honestly, the reputation is kind of nice, not gonna lie. One day, Brett actually approaches me and apologizes. Look, man, I was a total dick to you. Your girl scared me straight, literally, he admits. I don't know what Alex said or did to him to cause this change. Decide I probably don't want to know the details. Things are going great in all aspects of my life. We watch anime together at my apartment on weekends. She teaches me basic self-defense moves so I can protect myself. You need to be able to stand up for yourself too, not just rely on me, she insists. I'm absolutely terrible at fighting, but I appreciate that she cares enough to teach me. I introduce her to my coworker Tim, who's the only cool person at work. Tim is this nerdy guy who collects manga and goes to conventions. He and Alex immediately bond over their mutual love of Berserk. Dude, your girlfriend is fucking awesome, Tim tells me later in private. I know, Tim. Believe me, I know how lucky I am. 3 months into dating, and things are getting serious between us. Alex invites me to meet her family, and I'm nervous as hell about it. What if they don't like me? What if they think I'm not good enough for you? I worry. Anon, my dad is gonna love you. He loves everyone, seriously, she reassures me. What about your mom, though? I ask nervously. She pauses for a moment before answering. Mom's protective of me. Just be yourself and you'll be fine, she says. Great, that fills me with so much confidence. Totally not terrified now. We drive to her parents' house, which is a nice suburban home with a big yard. Her dad answers the door, and he's this big, friendly-looking guy with a warm smile. I can see military photos on the walls, so he's definitely ex-military. You must be Anon. Come in, he says enthusiastically and pulls me into a hug. Immediately hands me a beer, which is a good sign, I think. Okay, her dad is definitely cool, and I can relax a bit. Her mom is in the kitchen cooking, and she's shorter than Alex, but has the same intense eyes. So you're the boy my daughter has been talking about constantly, she says, looking me up and down. The way she emphasizes boy makes me feel like I'm 12 years old again. Yes, ma'am. It's very nice to meet you, I say politely. She looks me up and down carefully, sizing me up. Alex says you work in tech support at a call center, she asks. Yes, ma'am, that's correct, I confirm. And you let my daughter fight your battles for you? She asks pointedly. Oh no, here we go. I'm about to get destroyed. Mom, Alex interjects, looking embarrassed. What? I'm just asking legitimate questions, her mom says defensively. I clear my throat and decide to be honest. With all due respect, ma'am, I didn't ask her to fight for me. She just did because that's who she is, I explain. But she's been teaching me to stand up for myself so I don't have to rely on her, I add quickly. Her mom raises an eyebrow, looking slightly impressed. Is that so? And how's that going? She asks. Not great yet, but I'm trying and improving slowly, I admit honestly. She stares at me for what feels like an eternity, then nods slightly and says, Good. Alex doesn't need another project. She needs a partner who pulls their weight. I completely agree, ma'am. That's exactly what I'm trying to be, I say sincerely. Her expression softens just a little bit. Dinner will be ready in 20 minutes. Go sit down, she instructs. Alex breathes a huge sigh of relief as we walk away. Dinner actually goes surprisingly well despite the rocky start. Her dad tells embarrassing stories about Alex as a kid. She punched a boy in first grade for stealing her Pokemon cards. He laughs. Dad, please stop. You're embarrassing me. Alex pleads, face red. What? I was proud of you for standing up for yourself, he defends. Her mom even warms up to me as the evening goes on. She asks about my hobbies, my family, my goals for the future. I tell them about my younger sister who's in college studying engineering. You must be very proud of her accomplishments, her mom says. I am, very much so. She's way smarter than me and going places, I say honestly. Don't sell yourself short like that, Alex says and squeezes my hand under the table. After dinner, her dad pulls me aside for the talk, and I'm terrified. Oh fuck, here comes the protective father speech. Anon, I'm gonna be straight with you because I respect you, he says seriously. Yes, sir, I appreciate that, I respond. My daughter's strong, always has been since she was little. But that doesn't mean she doesn't need someone to lean on, he explains. I understand completely, sir, I say. She acts tough and independent, but she's got a soft heart underneath all that. Don't take advantage of that vulnerability, he warns. I wouldn't dream of it, sir. She means absolutely everything to me, I say with complete honesty. He pats my shoulder firmly and smiles. Good man. You've got my approval. Welcome to the family, son, he says warmly. Holy shit, I actually got the dad's approval. 6 months into our relationship and things are getting really serious. We've said I love you to each other, and it was perfect. It happened during a Lord of the Rings marathon at my apartment. We were watching Return of the King, the extended edition, of course. The scene where Sam carries Frodo up Mount Doom comes on. Alex starts crying, which surprises me because she's usually so tough. You good? I ask, concerned about her. I'm fine. It's just really beautiful and emotional, she sniffles, wiping her eyes. I pull her close, and she leans into me. I love you, Alex, so much, I say without thinking. She looks up at me with those teary eyes. I love you too, you absolute dork, she says and smiles. We kiss while the movie continues playing in the background. It's a perfect moment that I'll remember forever. One day at work, something absolutely wild happens. Brett actually approaches me asking for relationship advice. Character development is real and happening before my eyes. So there's this girl I really like? He starts nervously. I can't believe I'm actually hearing this from him of all people. And she's really into fitness and working out and stuff. But I don't know how to talk to her without sounding like a complete idiot, he explains. I almost laugh at the irony, but manage to keep it together. Brett, just be genuine with her. Don't try to impress her with fake stuff. Just be interested in what she's interested in, I advise. He nods thoughtfully, like he's actually taking my advice seriously. Is that what you did with Alex? Just be yourself? He asks. Pretty much, yeah. I just listened to her and liked her for who she is as a person, I explain. Huh. That's actually really good advice, man. Thanks, he says sincerely. You're welcome, I think, I say, still processing this bizarre interaction. Later I tell Alex about the whole thing, and she finds it absolutely hilarious. Your former bully is taking relationship advice from you now. How the turntables have turned. She laughs. Office reference. Nice catch, I say, impressed. She grins and says, I'm full of surprises too, remember? Our 1-year anniversary is coming up, and I want to do something really special. I ask Tim for advice, since he's basically my only friend. Dude, what is she actually like? Think about her interests, Tim suggests. Anime, boxing, protein shakes, working out, I list off lamely. You're completely hopeless, man. Does she have any other interests you know about? He asks. I think hard about our conversations over the past year. She mentioned once wanting to go to this scenic hiking trail, but it's like 2 hours away. She said she wanted to go hiking at this trail she's never been to. I remember. There you go. Plan a whole romantic day trip, Tim says enthusiastically. He's actually a genius, and I don't know why I didn't think of this. I plan everything out meticulously over the next week. Pack lunch, plenty of water, first aid kit, everything we might need. Tell Alex we're going on a surprise adventure for our anniversary. She's immediately excited and asks a million questions. But I don't tell her anything. Saturday morning, we wake up early and drive out to the trail. The drive is beautiful with mountains in the distance. We finally arrive, and the trail is absolutely gorgeous. Forest on both sides, Mountains visible in the distance. Perfect weather. We hike for hours just talking about everything and nothing, reminiscing about how we met, our favorite moments together, future plans. At the summit, there's this amazing panoramic view of everything. You can literally see for miles in every direction. It's breathtaking. We sit down and eat the lunch I packed carefully. Sandwiches, fresh fruit, and her favorite protein bars, of course. This is absolutely perfect, Anon. Thank you for planning this, she says, leaning against me. Happy anniversary, Alex. Here's to many more, I say, and kiss her forehead. Happy anniversary, Anon. I love you so much, she responds. She kisses my cheek, and we just sit there enjoying the moment. Thank you for this day, for everything you do for me, she says softly. Thank you for beating up my bullies that first day, I joke. She laughs and says, anytime, babe. Anytime you need me. Life continues being absolutely amazing for both of us. We decide to move in together after dating for a full year. Find a small apartment, but it's ours, and that's what matters. Alex leaves her gym equipment literally everywhere, which drives me crazy. I leave my manga collections on every single surface, which drives her crazy. But somehow, we make it work through compromise and communication. She gets me into working out regularly and eating healthier. I'm never going to be jacked like her, but I'm definitely healthier now. I can actually do a proper pull-up now, which feels like a huge achievement. She's so proud of me and celebrates every small victory. That's my man. Look at you getting stronger, she cheers. I get her into some of my hobbies like video games and manga. We play games together and she's scary good at everything. She destroys me at Dark Souls without even trying. It's just pattern recognition and timing, nothing special, she explains casually. Meanwhile, I'm dying to the same boss for the 15th time in a row. We have our fights like any normal couple does. She gets frustrated when I don't communicate my feelings properly. I get frustrated when she's too overprotective and doesn't let me handle things. But we always talk it out like adults and work through our issues. She's actively teaching me to be more assertive and confident. I'm teaching her that it's okay to be vulnerable and show weakness sometimes. 2 years into our relationship, and my sister comes to visit us. She and Alex get along immediately, which makes me so happy. Your girlfriend is so fucking cool, my sister tells me privately. I know, I'm incredibly lucky, I agree completely. Don't fuck this up, seriously. She's a keeper, she warns me. I'm trying my absolute best not to. Trust me, I promise. They spend the whole weekend training together at Alex's gym. Alex teaches my sister some boxing moves and self-defense techniques. My sister teaches Alex about engineering stuff that goes over my head. I just watch them bond and feel incredibly happy about it. Before my sister leaves, she hugs Alex tightly. Take care of my dumb brother, okay? She says. Always do and always will, Alex promises. Then my sister pulls me aside quietly. She's the one, isn't she? You're gonna marry her, she states confidently. I nod and admit, yeah, she really is. I'm thinking about it seriously. My sister smiles and says, good. Don't wait too long, idiot. I start thinking seriously about proposing and our future together. We've talked about marriage and kids in abstract terms before. Alex wants 2 kids. She's very specific about it. One of each would be absolutely perfect. A boy and a girl, she says dreamily. I agree completely because I want whatever makes her happy. I decide I want to propose, but I need to do it absolutely right. She's not the type for flowers and fancy restaurants. That's not her style. I need something meaningful that actually represents who we are as a couple. Then I remember she has a huge boxing match coming up soon. Regional championship, the biggest fight of her entire career so far. She's been training intensely for months preparing for this. Suddenly I get the perfect idea for how to propose. Night of the big fight finally arrives, and I'm sitting ringside. Alex has been training harder than I've ever seen for months. She's focused, determined, and ready to win this thing. The fight starts, and it's absolutely brutal to watch. Her opponent is incredibly tough and experienced. They go back and forth, trading blows for all 5 intense rounds. I'm literally on the edge of my seat the entire time. My heart is pounding and I can barely breathe from the tension. Final bell rings, and the judges start deliberating on the winner. The announcer steps into the ring with the decision. And the winner, by split decision, He pauses dramatically. The tension in the room is absolutely killing me. Alex Morrison, he finally announces. The entire crowd erupts in cheers and applause. I'm screaming my head off louder than anyone. She's crying tears of joy, and her coaches are lifting her up. After the celebration dies down a bit, she comes over to me. I'm supposed to wait until later, but fuck it. This is the moment. I climb into the ring even though I'm not supposed to. Everyone looks confused about what's happening. I get down on one knee right there in the ring, pull out the ring box from my pocket with shaking hands. Alex's eyes go wide with shock and realization. Alex, you've been my champion since the day we met in that park. You stood up for me when absolutely no one else would. You made me believe I was worth something and deserved happiness. Will you marry me? I ask, voice shaking. She's full on crying now, tears streaming down her face. You're seriously proposing to me in a boxing ring right now? She asks through tears. It seemed appropriate given who we are, I say with a smile. She laughs through her tears and nods vigorously. You absolute dork. Yes, I'll marry you, she screams. I stand up and she practically tackles me to the ground. We kiss and the crowd is cheering even louder than before. Someone in the crowd yells, "Knock out," and everyone laughs. It's perfect. It's so perfectly us and our story. Wedding planning turns out to be absolutely chaotic and stressful. Alex wants to keep everything simple and low-key. Her mom wants it to be traditional and formal. We compromise and find a middle ground that works. Small ceremony with only close friends and family attending. Reception at the gym where Alex works, which is perfect. Well, where she trains, not where we first met, but close enough. Tim is my best man because he's been there through everything. Her boxing coach volunteers to walk her down the aisle. Her dad is crying before the ceremony even starts. I'm crying too, not gonna lie about it. Honestly, everyone's crying. It's an emotional mess. We decided to write our own vows to make it personal. Alex goes first and says, Anon, you saw me as more than just the tough fighter girl. You saw my heart underneath all the armor. I promise to always protect your heart and mine for as long as I live. Now I'm crying even harder and can barely speak. My turn, and I say, Alex, you taught me to stand up for myself and be confident. But more importantly, you taught me that I was worth standing up for in the first place. I love you, my champion, forever and always. There genuinely isn't a single dry eye in the entire place. Even Brett is there wiping his eyes, by the way. He's dating someone now, a personal trainer he met through Alex. Life is so weird and unpredictable sometimes. The reception is absolutely perfect in every way. We have our first dance to some cheesy 80s song. She steps on my feet twice, but neither of us cares at all. Her dad gives this beautiful speech that makes everyone cry again. When Alex first told me about Anon, I worried about her. My daughter is strong and independent, and I thought, does she really need someone in her life? But then I actually met him and got to know him. And I realized it's not about needing someone, it's about choosing someone to share your life with. And she chose very well, he says emotionally. Now I'm crying all over again. Damn it. Married life turns out to be absolutely wonderful and amazing. We managed to buy a small house after saving for 2 years. Alex immediately turns the garage into a complete home gym. I turn the spare bedroom into my office/gaming room. It's perfect and exactly what we both wanted. We adopt a dog together, a big German Shepherd we named Tank. Turns out he's scared of literally everything despite his size. Alex thinks it's the most hilarious thing ever. We got the least intimidating guard dog in the world, she laughs. But we both love him to death anyway. Alex opens her own gym after working and saving for 3 years. I'm there for the grand opening, feeling so proud of her. She gives this inspiring speech about following your dreams. I'm literally bursting with pride watching her succeed. Meanwhile, I finally get promoted at work after years. Finally out of that soul-crushing call center job. Now doing actual IT management, which I actually enjoy. She takes me out to celebrate my promotion. Look at us, actually adulting successfully, she jokes. We're doing pretty damn good, aren't we? I say. Better than good, babe. We're absolutely killing it at life, she agrees. Year 5 of marriage, and we decide we're ready to try for kids. Alex is surprisingly nervous about the whole thing. What if I'm too rough to be a good mom? I punch people for a living, she worries. You're gonna be absolutely amazing. You're the most caring person I know, I reassure her. I literally punch people for fun, Anon, she points out. You punch people who deserve it. That's a big difference, I argue. It takes a few months of trying, but we stay patient. Then one morning she comes out of the bathroom looking shocked. She's holding a pregnancy test in her shaking hand. Anon, she says, voice trembling. I look up from drinking my morning coffee. She's crying, and I immediately panic. What's wrong? Are you okay? I ask frantically. She shows me the test, and there are 2 clear lines. Oh, holy shit. We're having a baby? I ask, barely able to believe it. She nods, tears streaming down her face. I jump up and hug her as tight as I can. We're both crying now like absolute idiots. Tank is completely confused and starts barking at us. We're having a baby, I yell excitedly. Alex is laughing and crying at the same time. You're gonna be a dad, she says. You're gonna be a mom, I respond. Honestly, the best day of my entire life. Pregnancy turns out to be quite an adventure for both of us. Alex absolutely refuses to slow down at all. She's still training clients until month 7 of pregnancy. Her doctor says it's fine as long as she's careful. She is careful, but very reluctantly so. Meanwhile, I'm overprotective as hell about everything. She calls me out on it constantly. Anon, I'm pregnant, not made of glass. Calm down, she says. I know, I just worry about you and the baby, I explain. She softens and says, I know you do and I love you for it. But I'm tough, remember? The toughest person I know, I agree. We find out we're having a boy and we're both thrilled. Alex wants to name him after her dad, which I think is perfect. Robert, but we'll call him Bobby for short. I absolutely love the name and agree immediately. We start preparing the nursery together on weekends. Painted a light blue with little white stars on the ceiling. Alex paints this amazing mural of characters from our favorite animes. It's actually really good, and I'm impressed. Didn't know you could paint like this, I say, admiring her work. She shrugs and says, I'm full of surprises, remember? Bobby is born on a Tuesday morning after a long labor. Labor lasts 18 grueling hours total. Alex is an absolute warrior through all of it. I hold her hand the entire time for support. She definitely breaks a few of my fingers squeezing so hard. Totally worth it though, wouldn't change a thing. When they finally place Bobby in her arms, everything changes. I've never seen Alex look so soft and vulnerable, so perfectly happy and at peace with everything. Hi, baby boy, she whispers to him gently. He's got her eyes and my nose, which is perfect. The perfect combination of both of us. We made a person together, I say stupidly through tears. We made a perfect person, she corrects me, smiling. I kiss her forehead and say, I love you so much, Alex. I love you too. Both of you so much, she says, holding Bobby close. Parenthood turns out to be incredibly hard but rewarding. We're both complete sleep-deprived zombies for months. Bobby cries constantly, and we can't figure out why sometimes. Alex and I take turns getting up at night. She's surprisingly gentle with him despite her tough exterior. All her tough fighter exterior completely melts away. She sings him to sleep with old lullabies, the same ones her mom sang to her as a child. I catch her crying one night while holding him. You okay? What's wrong? I ask, concerned. I'm just so incredibly happy, she says through tears. She's cradling our sleeping son in her arms. I never thought I'd have this, a real family. Someone who loves me for exactly who I am, she admits. Alex, you're incredible and amazing. Of course someone was gonna love you, I say. But you did first. You saw past the tough fighter, she says. Because you're so much more than just that, I tell her honestly. She looks at me with those beautiful eyes. We're doing pretty good at this life thing, aren't we? She asks. We're doing the best, I confirm. Bobby grows up so fast it's almost scary. He's 3 years old now and has endless energy. Alex teaches him to stand up for himself early. I teach him to be kind and compassionate to others. He's the perfect mix of both of us, which makes me proud. One day I pick him up from preschool as usual. His teacher pulls me aside looking serious. Oh no, what did he do this time? I wanted to tell you something good that happened today. Bobby stood up for another kid, she explains. I'm genuinely shocked by this news. Did he hit anyone? I ask nervously. She laughs and says, No, nothing like that. He just very firmly told some boys it wasn't nice what they were doing. And when they didn't stop, he went and got a teacher, like He's supposed to. I'm so incredibly relieved and proud. I tell Alex when I get home with Bobby. She tears up immediately hearing the story. That's our boy right there, she says proudly. He's got your courage and my non-violence approach, I point out. Best of both worlds for sure, she agrees, wiping her eyes. Life continues moving forward at a steady pace. Bobby starts kindergarten and loves it there. Alex's gym business is doing incredibly well. She's training amateur fighters now, which she loves. I'm doing really well at my job too. Got another promotion last year, actually. We're happy, really genuinely happy with our life. Sometimes I think back to that day in the park, when Brett threw away my sandwich like an asshole, when Alex first stood up for me without hesitation. How completely different my life would be if she hadn't. I'd probably still be that scared pushover guy, but she saw something worthwhile in me, believed in me before I ever believed in myself. And I got to see the soft, caring side she hides from most of the world. The caring, emotional, loving person behind the tough fighter exterior. One night, we're lying in bed together after a long day. Bobby is sound asleep in his room finally. Tank is snoring loudly at the foot of our bed. Alex is scrolling through her phone casually. Hey, I say to get her attention. She responds without looking up. Thank you for everything, I say sincerely. She looks at me confused and asks, for what specifically? For beating up my bullies all those years ago. For taking a chance on the awkward nerd. For building this entire life with me, I explain. She puts her phone down on the nightstand, rolls over to face me directly. Anon, you gave me something worth fighting for. Before you, I was just throwing punches at targets. Now I have a real reason behind every single swing, she says. She takes my hand and squeezes it. We saved each other in different ways, she says softly. I lean in and kiss her, soft and slow. Yeah, I guess we really did save each other, I agree. That conversation was 5 years ago now. Bobby is 8 years old and thriving in school. We have a daughter now too, named Emma. Emma is 5 years old and somehow even more energetic than Bobby ever was. Alex owns 3 successful gyms now across the city. I'm director of IT at my company, which is crazy to think about. Brett and I are actually genuine friends now, believe it or not. Character development is absolutely real and possible. He married that personal trainer he met through Alex. They have a kid too, a little girl. Our families actually get together regularly now for play dates. It's completely surreal, but really nice. We host game nights at our house monthly. Alex and Brett's wife bond over intense workout routines. Brett and I play video games with all the kids. Who would have ever thought this would be our life? The thing about life is that it isn't always perfect. We still fight and argue sometimes. Like any couple, we still have really hard and challenging days, but we always work through everything together. Alex taught me how to communicate properly. I taught her how to be patient and understanding. We're genuinely better together than we ever were apart. Bobby wants to learn boxing now, which makes Alex ecstatic. She's over the moon excited to teach him. Emma wants to learn programming, which makes me so proud. I'm thrilled to teach her everything I know. They're growing into their own people with unique interests. But they have pieces of both of us in them. Hopefully the best pieces of who we are. Sometimes late at night when everyone's finally asleep, I lie awake and think about how incredibly lucky I am. I met a girl who literally fought for me when no one else would, who saw something worth protecting in me, who loved me when I couldn't even love myself. And in return, I got to see her true heart, the gentle, caring soul she hides behind the tough exterior. We balance each other out perfectly. She makes me brave and confident. I make her soft and vulnerable in the best way. It just works between us somehow. That feeling when you met a tomboy who beats up your bullies. That feeling when she became your girlfriend, then your wife, then the mother of your children. That feeling when you built an entire beautiful life together from nothing. That feeling when your kids have her incredible strength and your kindness. Would recommend this experience 10 out of 10, completely life-changing. My face when I'm not that scared guy sitting alone in the park anymore. My face when I found my champion and became hers too in return. My face when love really does change absolutely everything for the better.
Working at a call center, getting paid in pain. Brett would steal my sandwich almost every day. Sitting in the park, just trying to survive. Then this tomboy showed up and changed my whole life. She said, those guys always mess with you. Before I could answer, she already knew. Punch him in the stomach, swept the other down. 5 seconds flat and she turned it around. She beats up my bullies, yeah, she's tough as nails. But she cries at Lord of the Rings without fail. Cargo pants and a heart of gold. This is how our love stories told. My champion, my fighter, my best friend. From that park bench to the very end. Lunch dates in the park became our daily thing. Talking about anime and everything. I was falling hard but too scared to say, until she got fed up and called me out one day. I don't wanna be your bodyguard, you fool. I wanna be your girlfriend, is that so uncool? Turns out she'd been dropping hints for weeks, and I was just too dense to see. She beats up my bullies, yeah, she's tough as nails. But she cries at Lord of the Rings without fail. Cargo pants and a heart of gold. This is how our love stories told. My champion, my fighter, my best friend. From that park bench to the very end. To the very end. Proposed in a boxing ring after she won. Now we've got 2 kids and we're never done. Bobby's got her courage, Emma's got my brain. Life is beautiful despite the pain. Brett's my friend now, how the tables turned. All the lessons that we've learned. She taught me to be brave and stand my ground. I showed her it's okay to let your guard down. She beat up my bullies, now she's my wife. The woman who completely changed my life. From that scared guy to a family man. All because she took a stand. My champion, my fighter, forever true. Alex, this whole song's for you.